Welcome, my mystical souls, here to Mage's Tavern. I'm your host, Bewitch. Today's Friday, so it means spiritual talk. As the title said, has the universe put you on pause? What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, if you started off this year where you are kind of feeling like you're going against the current, like nothing is working, you had everything planned, you know which way you want to go, but it's not moving forward, the universe is putting you on pause, right? If you're trying to go after sorry, that's the cat trying to get into the cabinet. If you're trying to go for a job promotion and it's just, everything just feels off, the universe is putting you on pause. You're in the dating world. You can't find no one. And the thoughts come into your mind of, what's wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with you. The universe is putting you on pause. So what does that mean when the universe puts you on pause? Instead of paying attention to synchronicities, if it feels like you're going against the current, the vibration, and you can feel it, especially if you're a mystical person, you really can feel it. You're drained. And sometimes you don't even have to be a mystical person. You just feel drained to the core. Especially the last few years have been very hard. But see, the last few years taught us, or should have taught us, that sometimes what's meant to be, or what once was, has served its purpose, and it's time to move on. Therefore, you're put on pause, because you haven't reflected back yet, or you're trying to make moving forward in the same old fashionable way. When that no longer serves your higher good, so you're put on pause. So how do you get out of it? You don't. Well, you thought I was going to tell you that you need to do A, B, and C? No, you don't do anything. You're on pause. You cannot fight against the resistance of the universe. It's not possible. And I don't care how much you want to meditate. I don't care how many rituals you want to do. If the universe has put your butt on pause, you are on pause. So the only thing you can do right here and right now is to reflect. It is time for you to look back. Don't stay back there, but it is time to reflect. What old habits am I still carrying with me that I need to let go in order for me to move forward? That's the hard part. Because you're in a comfort zone, right? You're used to operating in a certain manner. But that old manner is no longer serving you to where the universe wants to take you. Therefore, you've been put on pause. It's not gonna, the universe doesn't want you to retreat backwards, so it put you on pause. So how does that look for, let's say, in the work life? Questions need to be answered. Is this still where you want to be? And if so, the way you've been going towards it, how has it served you? And if that way no longer serves you, how can you better yourself in order to move forward? See, the universe isn't going to just blatantly give you the answer. You still have to do your job as well. In love life, let's take being single. Sometimes that's kind of like a back and forth here. Because the universe might have put you on pause, though everything with you is correct, meaning your frequency is where it needs to be, you enjoying life, you loving yourself. So there's nothing for you except to be put on pause, because the person that the universe is trying to bring towards you still needs to work on themselves. Because if you wouldn't accept them the way they are currently in the state of mind that they're in. So don't see being put on pause as a bad thing. If you have a project, you want to become an entrepreneur, hell, for me, start a YouTube channel again. I had to let go of my old insecurities. For me, last year was a lot. I went through a lot. And I had to pause. Not just for gratitude, because I do gratitude no matter what, but to reflect upon it and to come to the understanding that the way I used to do things are no longer meant to move forward with me. And also to understand that the journey that I just came from was very emotional. And it's okay to take a break. It is okay to be put on pause. See, we sometimes forget that being on pause is a good thing. Especially if last year was oh Lord, I can't even find the words for it. A turbulent, there we go, year. You know, in my case, I left a 20-year toxic marriage. I had to refine myself. That's a lot of energy being sucked out. And you can no longer, for me or for anyone else, you can no longer move forward on an empty emotional level. The universe isn't allowing it for you. Therefore, everything seems like it's blocked, but it's not blocked. And I guess that's what I'm trying to explain. Do not see it as everything is blocked. It's not blocked. You're put on pause to reflect, to look at it. Look at it at a bigger scenario, a bigger picture, and understand that the way you were doing things are no longer going to work moving forward. It may work this month, next month, but that's not what the universe wants for you. The universe wants you to grow. And understand that each one of us serves a purpose. So it's okay to be put on pause. It's okay to restart at any given time. It doesn't have to be on January 1st. For us mages, we usually start over on summer solstice or winter solstice. But you don't have to restart on those 2 days, on the summer solstice or winter solstice. You can restart anytime. Whenever the universe tells you, now it's time to go. So how do you know when it's time to go? When do you know that you are no longer in pause mode? Your energy will shift. You will no longer operate in this forcing it. It will just come with ease. You just know that today is the time. The right here, right now, in this present. It's time to move forward. The past is the past. I've learned, I've reflected, and I understand that there's things that I must improve upon self, and I can improve in those things in self by moving forward. Now all of a sudden everything starts getting traction and you're moving forward. That's when you know you're no longer in pause. But what do you do in the meantime? Still work on yourself, of course. But don't bash yourself for it. Don't put yourself down. Keep on working little things here and there, as long as there's some type of movement continuing on, regardless if it's not going straight forward. For instance, if you're caught in a current, in a rip current out in the ocean, they tell you to swim parallel to that current. Right now, swim parallel to that pause. Do not go against the current. You're just going to cause yourself more headaches. So I hope that kind of explains if you're in the scenario of the universe putting you on pause. And again, don't see being put on pause as a bad thing. It's never a bad thing when the universe does anything. It's doing it for your higher good. Well, my mystical souls, we've come to an end. I hope you enjoyed this talk. Please subscribe, like, share, comment. I want to hear from you. Does this resonate with you? Does this answer questions that you might have had? Please, I want to know. I will see you next Friday. Be kind, be safe, and above all, blessed be to my mystics.